Hey everybody, it's Chris from SideshowGamble, and welcome back to the channel again today. So, what we're doing now is we're going to do Strategy Wars. Something back in my roots. You know, I just wanted to get back to who I was on this channel playing these games. And playing this game in particular, because I love the game of craps. So, what this series is going to be is Strategy Wars. We've got 64 strategies that we're going to pit against each other. Each strategy has a $600 bankroll. Each strategy is going to have to last out 100 random rolls from this table. And table minimum is $5. Table max is $1,000, not 5,000. I don't know what I'm saying. But what this is going to be is Strategy Wars. One strategy versus another strategy, and they're all in brackets. And we're going to see who wins this series. Now, it's going to be about 64 videos, which is going to take us some time to get through. But today we got 3-point Molly with max odds versus Molly's big brother, which is a little bit different. But they're both 3 points. Basically, I should do this so that you can see the table. Bing! Here we go. So, very simple. 3-point Molly is going to be on the left-hand side of the boxes, and Molly's big brother is going to be on the right side. This is going to start off at a $5 level bet. So, if it's a 4 or a 10, 3 times odds, 5 or 9. It's going to be 4 times odds, 6 or 8. It's going to be 5 times odds. And over here, we got Molly's big brother, which is going to start with a $10 pass line bet, then $10 in odds, $20 come bet, $20 in odds behind that, and then a $30 come bet with no odds. And that's it. That's the two strategies. We're going to do 100 rolls. Now, if one of them loses their entire butt, then guess what? That's it. That's the end of the show, and that's the end of that match. And whichever one lost, lost. Now, whoever has the most profit in the end is the winner, or the least amount lost. So, we are set. We're good. Everything here, everything there. Let's roll. We got a 5-2 on the front roll. Let's mark that up. 5-2. Big red. First roll of the game. It is the table. We love red. So, it's going to be $10 here, $5 here. Rack it up. Money come, money go. And we got an ace deuce. Money come, and money leave. So, both are going to lose. Look at that. That 7 was for a reason. $10, 5. Ace, deuce. There we go. And we got a 5-3 easy 8. Gotta make sure my numbers are going in the right way here. A little bit of delay there. Not understanding why, but we'll figure it out later. Because we got 100 rolls to get through. Now, that's on an 8, so that's going to be max odds there. 25 behind the line. This one's going to be 10. This one's going to follow up with $20 in the come. And this one's going to follow up with $5 in the come. 3-point Molly versus Molly's big brother. Here we go. And we got aces. Oh, that just stinky. Because that loses in the come. Goodbye. Not sure which is going to win. But I'm eager to see. I'm actually eager to see how the strategy how the series ends. What strategy will win it in the end? 4-1-5. It's one round of elimination. That marked the 5. It sure did. It's one round. That's it. That is all they're going to get. All right. So that's $20 in max odds here. And it's also going to be $20 in odds up here. Now, $5 in the come again. This time over here, it is $30 in the come. $600 bankrolls each. We're going to see how it goes. And we got a 4-3. That's about normal, isn't it? That's about normal. All right. That's going to win there. That wins there. That all loses. I might run out of room in my chip rack over here. Hopefully I don't. Puck's coming down. You're reset. You're over there. You're reset. You're up there. I'm going to have to get you some red real quick because I am running out over there. That's not a good sign. That one took a good size hit, but they're all still pretty decent. Here we go. There we go. Got some dice. 6 rolls in. That's not a positive sight. 4-3. Roll number 7 was a 7. 10 and 5. Here we go. 3-2. All right. 5 is on. 5 is on. All right. Max odds. It's going to be $20 here. This is only going to be 10 still. But they're going to go $20 in the come. This one's going $5 in the come. There we go. There we go. And we got a 5-3 easy 8. Both moving out to the 8. Max odds there. And we got to do $20 in odds here. And we do 30 in the come. And we do 5. Here we go. And we got a 5-1 mixer, the 6. Mark it up. Move out to the 6. 30. And we got to get another max odds on that one. $30 does not get it for the big brother. That is well off the table. Here we go. New die. And we got a 5-6 yo. There we go. Sorry, it's just being a little late. A little delayed today. I'm going to look at that later. And it's a 4-3. Ooh, that's not good. Not looking good either side of the house here. Not looking good. But you never know. You never know. Only takes one good little run. All right, back up. Here we go. There we go. Wow, I'm hucking dice everywhere today, aren't I? Hucking them everywhere. Hitting that trampoline. 6-4-10. All right. I'll be out on the 10. There we go. $10 in odds. We're on the 10, so that's 3 times odds. And we got to get come. And we need 20 here. Right there. And we got a 3-2-5. Anytime we want to get a few hits, it'd be nice. Moving out to the 5. Gonna drop 25. $20 in odds. $5 back to the rail. $20 over there. I got exactly that. Then it's 30, which means $30 in odds, or $30 in the come. $5 in the come. Takes a little bit to get all this going. And we got a 5-4-9. 5-4-9. Out to the 9. Out to the 9. I need $20 again. There we go. There we go. 5, 4. There we go. And we got a 6, 4, 10. Outstanding. Let's mark that. 6, 4. 4. I don't know why that's a little delayed. I'll have to look at that, but it's all good. Puck's coming off. First things first, let's play the flats. 10 and 5. And then we got 30. There we go. 3-point Molly with max odds. Now again, the odds will not be working on comeouts. There we go, so it's a comeout. And we got a 3, 1, 4. 4 will be our point. One end of the table to the other end. All right. 3 times odds. 10 times. Or not 10 times, but $10 in odds. Here we go. Both are set. And we got a midnight train. Mark that up. And we got a 5, 3, easy 8. Mark the 8. Nobody's on it though. And we got a 4, 1, 5. We do have people on the 5. All right, so let's see. 20 is going to pay 30. And plus the 5. $5 back there. The rest is going to go back up to their rail. And we got 20, which is going to pay 30. I'm going to pay out in reds on that one. 15, 30. And then 20 in the flat, which means they go back to 10. There we go. Here we go. And a hard 10, 5, 5. All right. I think that accidentally marked an extra roll there, but I'll keep that in mind. All right. So on the 10, that is going to be $10 in odds, and you are 3 times odds. All right. Need to make sure we get those in there. And we got an ace deuce. 1, 2. There we go. I should see it turn red. Nothing. 3, 1, 4. That is the point. Getting paid some money here. Puck's going off. Flats get paid. And there we go. That goes over here. That goes over here. So, let's get a point. And we got a 6, 4, 10. All right. 10 is going to be our point. Now, the odds are off on the come out, but they will get paid 5. They will get paid 10. And those will come down to both of them. They're going to come up with $10 in odds. Now, they've got a 30 out there. Last one, I think they're back up to a 20 now. This one's back to a 5, and they're there on the 10, so it's 3 times odds. There we go. And we got a 5, 6 yo. Hey, that's the tall, folks. That is the tall we just hit. And that's going to be 20 plus 5. This might be a pretty close match. I'm really not sure who's going to win this. 5, 1. That is the 6. The 6. There you go. We're going to get our odds out there. And 20s gets 20 in odds. And that's it. Everyone's set. There we go. 3-1. Why is that not market? There we go. There we go. Sometimes she just likes to wait a second. 3-1-4. Now we got a 5-3 easy 8. Right in between that marker, didn't we? 5-3. Didn't give us what we wanted there. And we got a 6-2. 6-2 easy 8. Doesn't do nothing. 6-1. That's a big 7 out. All right. Let's take all that down. That's a good little chunk of money out of both people's pockets. 5 and 10. I'm losing all my dice. I'm going to have to pick them up later. Here we go. 30 rolls in. That was a pretty decent little run. 5-6. 5-6 yo. All right. We got 5 and 10. 5, 10. Hard 6. 3, 3. That'll be our point. All right, on the hard 6. $10 there. Max odds here. Get our $5 cum. We're up to $20 in the cum. Here we go. Four, 3. This little PSO right there. Buck's gonna come off. 5 there. I see that one working now. That just loses. All right, back to 10 there. Reset up here. Back to 5. Reset. There we go. What is that? That is going to be a 639. 639. There we go. Out on the 9. All right, we got 4 times odds plus our 5 in the cum. We got $10 in odds plus our $20 in the cum. All right. Nice moving. And we got a 4, 1, 5. That is going to move us out to the 5 there. Out to the 5. $20 in odds. The 3-point Molly. $20 in odds for the big brother. But they're coming back with 5. They're coming back with 30. So the big brother's given a little bit more protection. I guess that's the idea of big brother there. 639. There we go. That is our point. Buck's going to come off. Move there. Move there. I'm going to put those odds out there now while I've got it on my mind. There we go. But we're on the 9, so we get paid, not out of that. I'm just going to pay 30 behind. Right there. 10's going to get 15. Plus 10. That goes up there. That comes up here. All right, Dice are moving. And a 4-1-5. 5 will be our point. All right. Odds do not get paid. But we have 5 and 20. They're coming out with 5. They have 30, so they got to come out with 10 now. And then we're on a 5, so that's going to be $20 in odds 4 times. Over here, we're 10. All right. And it's a 4-3. Shucks. That was going so good. So good. That stinkies. That stinkies. All right. Only got one more dice to pick from here, so that's what we got. 3-1. 3-1-4. Be our point. Come here. 3-1-4. Let's see. So we got 3 times odds, and then we got a $5 out there. We got $10 here, and we got $20 out there. 6-1. Yikes. That's a nice little PSO right there. That pays there. That goes bye-bye. Those pay there. You can come back. Cool. So far, I'm starting to see clear progression here of one of them. I don't know if they're up or if it just looks like they're up because there's more money in the rail, but it's a 6-4-10. We're going to see how well that holds up as we continue. We're not even really halfway through yet. 3 times odds. $10 in odds. $20 in the come. $5 in the come. There we go. 6-2. All right, easy 8. Moving on to the 8. Moving on to the 8. Max odds. $20 in odds. $30 in the come. $5 in the come. There we go. 3-1-4. 3-1. There you go. Gotta mark it up there a little bit. All right, out on the 4. Out on the 4. That does not get odds, but this one does. Max odds. Dice are moving. And we got a 5-6 yo. That would have been nice in the field. Or not in the field, but in the come for that $30 one. And another 5-6 yo. That would have been really nice. There we go. 5-2. Not so nice. That's not so nice. We're almost halfway. I think we're in a little bit of a downturn area right now. Dice are not being good for nice for nobody. All right, 5, 10. Trying to see which one's going to survive. 5-2. All right. Why is it only we're taking 1? There we go. And it's a 5-6. Nice little wins on the front line there. 5 and 10. And a 4-3. Wow. Another win. Hey, but that's how it plays sometimes. That is how it goes. 3-2. 5 will be our point. All right. 4 times odds. $10 in odds. But $20 in the come. $5 in the come. Here we go. Halfway. And we got a 6-4-10. There we go. Just making sure it marks it up down there a little bit. 25. Be 3 times odds. This is going to be $20 in odds. And we got to get a $30 come bet. And we got to get a $5 come bet. Really not seeing a lot of things come to fruition here. I really cannot lose another die. I'm running out. That's a no roll. And a 4-3, of course. That's, well, it's not too bad. Not for the big brother here. I had $30 in the come. That'll get paid. 10, 20, 30. That gets paid. Everything else loses. All right. 52 rolls in here. Oh, wait. Sorry. I got a little overzealous there. Got a little overzealous. Supposed to have that down and that down. But that's on a 5, so there'll be 4 times odds and a $5 come bet. And this will be $10 odds and a $20 come bet. And it's a 4-1. Let's mark it up. 4-1. And it's back. Buckshot. 4-1. That is a nice buckshot right there. Way to go, shoot up. All right, let's pay these real quick. So it's 5 plus 30. And then it's 10 plus 15. All right, let's put odds out there before I forget. So it's $20 in odds there. And it's $20 in odds here. And we're set. Odds won't be working, but come bets are always working. And it's a 4-3. But it's come out. So, odds go back where they belong. These lose, that wins, that wins. All right. Wow. Didn't think it was going to be that hard to get past 50, but it is. 3-1. Here we go. 3-1-4. All right. So we got 3 times odds. And $10 in odds. 20 in the come. 5 in the come. Got dice. We'll travel. 4-3. Easy peasy. Easy peas. All right. There we go. You go back up here. $10 there. You go back up there. Okay. Wow. This has been a rough run right now. 4-3. So I don't understand why it's not taking the dice input. There we go. Anyways, 5, 10. That's taking my attention, and my attention needs to be over here. I need to count the rolls too. So here we go. 6, 1. Wow. There we go. I mean, they are come out rolls, so I mean, it's not that bad, but I mean, really boring to watch me just pay come out rolls. 4, 1, 5. All right, that seems to be taking. Maybe I'm hitting the button too hard. All right. 4 times odds. $5 in the com. $10 in odds. $20 in the com. 6, 2. 6, 2, easy 8. All right. 5, 20. You're going to get max odds there. You're going to get $20 in odds up here. You're going to go 30 in the cum. You go 5 in the cum. One, I'll be impressed if both these make it to the end. Hard 6, 3, 3. I'll fix that in a second if it didn't take. Anyways, moving there, moving there. They don't get odds on that one, but this one does. Holy Jeebus, we got all 3 points up there now. And it took. Here we go. 5, 4, 9. 5, 4, 9. Chris, stop hucking them off. I'm down to my last die. Down to the last die, and then we have to change up color here. Here we go. 5, 2. Daggone it. I was really hoping we'd get one of those to come to fruition. That's a big loss for most. Wow, that's a big one. That ate into some bankrolls. One's still looking a little healthy up here. We're going to change out to white die here. Mainly because I've thrown all my black die completely away. Here we go. 6, 4. Out on the 10. Here we go. I'm going to have to get some change here real quick, so give me 1 second. $50 for 3 point. All right. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And $5 in the cum. Over here, we got $10 in odds, $20 in the cum. All right. 65 rolls in. 4, 1. Randomly hucking and chucking here. See how these both hold up here. All right, 5 is going to be $20 in odds. Plus $5 in the cum, and we got $20 in odds over here. Plus we need 30 in the cum. Don't think it's been a good day for either one of these, but don't want to speak too soon. We got 30 plus rolls left to go. 5, 1 mixer. Could this be the change around we're looking for both of these? Moving on to the 6. 5. I need max odds there. Each one has got their 3 points now. Here we go. 6, 1. Wow. Yikes. This may just come down to see who's got the... Whichever strategy loses everything first. But that's the way it goes. That is what we're looking at today. That's over 100. Gone. All right. I'm going to have to give some change to this one. Another $50. In red. Not good. Not good, but hey. We don't know what strategy we want to win. We just want to see it. Mainly want to see this at the end. Who is going to take the ultimate strategy after this entire tournament? All right, we got a 5-6 yo. That marked. Good. Again, we're back to winning pass line here. Coming down to our last 30. 3-2. Could we go on a awesome little run here? Maybe a 30 roller? Maybe. Point is 5. 4 times odds. $10 in odds. 20 up there. 5 up there. So I see where one has protection in the column, the other one is not risking as much in the column. But 6-2 is an 8. 6 deuce. All right, max odds. Maybe we can get some fruition hits here. I'm gonna have to drop a 25. 20 in odds. That goes bye-bye. 30 in the cum. 5 in the cum. Could we get some hits? Maybe. Hard 4, 2-2. Mark the other 2. There we go. Hard 4. 30's going to move right there. 5's going to go there. 15 in odds. There we go. All right, 28 rolls left. 5-3, easy 8. I think that's the first time this entire time we've actually hit an 8 with odds on it. That is a good thing for people. All right, so we get 5. Boom. He's going to come back. This all comes back to their rail. That's a good thing. And then we got 20 is going to get 24. Is doing that right here. Then 20 on the flat. Move that here, move that there. They come back 10 in the field. Or in the cum, not the field. I'm getting dyslexic now. Here we go. And it's a 6-1. Wow. Well, I guess we should be happy with what we got, right? Kind of rooting for both these strategies. It's kind of pitiful to watch both of them just flounder right now. Because both are floundering. But that's the whole purpose of this. That goes up here. Don't put that in the wrong one. That is the whole purpose. To see how they both do. Because again, we want to know which strategy will last the longest. 6-3-9. Although I will say this much. I am impressed that both of them have not had to do any extra rebuys. Not that that's an option in this tournament. But I am impressed that they've both held up this long. Because this is a good little minute that we've been going here. Not that I've seen either one really make much of a profit. 4-1. But we're going to see how this... I don't think either one of them is going to make it back to their original bankroll, but positive is it resets if it wins. All right. Some change again for this one. 3-point Molly needed some extra change there. And then we need 20 over here. And it'll be 30 in the cum. These are pretty similar to each other, just a little bit of weight difference in the bet. And we got a 6-5 yo. Nice. That's a good little hit. All right, we got 5. And 5 for 3-point. Big Brother's gotten 30. All right. That's a good day. And we got a 6-4-10. I don't think I just... There we go. 10. All right. Moving out to the 10. Moving out. $15. Here we go. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4. Doesn't do anything. I really need to move one of those screens to the other end of the table down there so I can see it better. And it's a 5-1 mixer, which is a 6. Doesn't do anything. Don't tell us we're going to go on a heat run to the 6 and 8s, and we've already got 3 points out there now. And we got a 2-1. The 3. Hadn't had a lot of horns today. Had quite a few yos. And we got a 5-1. Wow. Hit that 6 again. Six is on fire, this shooter. Hard 8, 4-4. Oh boy. Shooter might be going right on the 6s and 8s right now. Hey, we got a 3-2-5. All right, that's a good hit for both of them. Meaning they're going to get money back in their rails here. All right. 20 is going to pay 30. I'm going to pay it out in red because he needs it. And then over here, we're going to get 30 for the odds, plus we get 20 for the flat. And he had 20 out there, so it's back to 10. There we go. All right. And it's a 6-3-9. Nice. 6-3. There we go. 6-3-9. Nice point hit there. This time I'm not going to put odds up there until after we get the roll. But we got 10 plus 15. And we get 30 there. I'll pay 30 this time. And 5 for the flat. All right. So that's going to go back to the racks. Odds again are not working on comeouts. We've only got 15 rolls left. And it's a 6-4-10. Couldn't have asked for anything better for both of these strategies. Again, the odds don't get paid, so we get $5 for this strategy. And come back. Oh, $5 in the come. This one's going to get paid 30. And we're going to have to put $10 in odds and 20 in the come. There we go. Yeah. That was a weak toss. But it's a hard 4. 2-2. Probably get a warning. All right. On to the 4. On to the 4. 15 in odds. Oh, I meant to put odds on those. Good thing I didn't screw that up. $20. That means his next one in the field, or in the come, I keep saying field, is that. That means this one was 10, and this one was 20. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. He doesn't get a come bet. He's already got 3 points. I don't get an extra one. We don't change it up. And we got a 4-1-5. 88 rolls. All right. 45 minutes into this. This is a 4-1-5. Right back. I realize this is going to take me quite a bit. I might need to figure out a way to do this a little bit quicker. 516. Again, nothing's doing anything. Shooter's going on a great little run. 10 rolls left. Midnight. Oh, that marked the end. Look there, another tall. Another tall. Look at us go. And it's a 3-2-5. Go figure. Getting some great runs. That's the downside of these two. Is you're only getting certain points. I mean, it's being disciplined to these. I'm sure we would have changed by now, but we're playing the strategies. 3-2-5 again. Wow, that's really sad because we've got some good, decent little runs here, but nothing's happening. And we got a 5-6 yo. So again, even though they're not making money, but what this is doing is this shows you a really good hole in this strategy. Both of these. And we got a 2-1. 3. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Decent little run here. 3-1-4. Outstanding. We finally got a good hit. Mark that up. 3-1. All right, what do we got here? We got $30 plus 5. They come back out. And then we got 20 is going to pay 40 plus 20, so $60 overall. And they come back out with their $30 now. All right. 5 rolls. And we got a 4-2-6. Maybe we'll get another hit on a 6. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Who knows? 30. Gotta get max odds on that one. All right. 6, 9, or 10. And we got ace deuce. Does nothing for nobody. 3 rolls left. Come on, shoulda. 5, 4, 9. Did that take it? Nope, did not. I got the 5 or the 4. There we go. 5, 4, 9. All right, that's going to pay $30 plus 5 for the 3-point Molly. And we are going to get 10 and 10, so that's going to be basically $25 is what I'm going to throw out there. And we come back to 10. All right. 2 rolls left. And it's a 4-1-5. Of course, we're not going to get that. Last roll right here, folks. Last roll. 100 rolls. Here we go. And it's a 6-4-10. Go figure. We hit the point on the end. That's an awesome. At least they're getting paid. That was 100 rolls of these 2 strategies. Let's see. I can't believe we hit the point to end it out. All right. So let's pay these real quick. We paid 35 plus our 30. And then we got, basically, that's what, 20? Plus 10. Right there. Now, I understand those are contract bets out there, but it's the end of the strategy showdown for these 2. So everything comes back to the rails. And we see who's sitting where. Both had exactly $600 to start with. Let's see where we're sitting. All right. This is the 3-point Molly with max odds. All right. What do we got? There we go. here was the Molly's big brother. Ooh, interesting. All right, I think it's pretty clear. All right, here we go. Here's what we got. 3-point Molly. Started with 600. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 425. I'm going to do this, just make it simpler. They're at 425. Over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, 60, 64. 564. So, I don't know about y'all, but the Molly's big brother wins this showdown by 564 by about $135, $39. So there it is. That's the first match. 3-point Molly with max odds. Well, it went down 100 rolls. The last shooter was doing pretty good, but Molly's big brother is going to move on. So that's all we have. I'm sorry, this is almost a Jeezy peasy. That's almost an hour long. If you're still here, awesome job. Hopefully you didn't just fast forward to the end to see who won. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button and stay tuned because next week, match number 2 is coming. As always, until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.